G'day and thanks for joining us. And we have a ripper of a road trip for you this week as we'll be travelling through Western Australia's Murchison GeoRegion. Ancient lands and brilliant skies, and perfect for the budding astrologer. That's what they're saying about this magnificent region of WA. From Perth, it's an easy 5-hour drive to Yalgoo, our first stop. Then we're on to Murchison settlement before making our way to Kew and rounding out our Murchison GeoRegion road trip in Mount Magnet. This was Australia's first GeoRegion, and the story is the landscape around here is said to be around 4.5 billion years old, with sites of both natural and cultural significance. Folks, this is the real outback. An early start out of Perth, and we make our way to Yalgoo. Right on the doorstep of Australia's golden outback, amongst wide open spaces and landscapes only Mother Nature could be responsible for. Well, we're lucky to be out here in wildflower season, something the region is well known for, and they make what is already a pretty drive even better. And in Yalgoo, there is loads of history, because back in the day, in the 1890s, it was well and truly entrenched in the gold rush era. And as you walk around the streets of this great little outback town, you can still see some of the original buildings still stand, and just for a little bit of outback quirk, it even has a pink pub. Just out of town, and we're off to one of the Murchison GeoRegion's mysterious and historic landmarks. Now, locals will tell you that Joker's Tunnel was built in 1896 and was funded by English investors when news of the gold rush travelled around the world. Now, back then, the mining leases were named after popular card games. So this tunnel, of course, was named after the game, the Joker. When news broke out about the boom, thousands of miners came from all over the world to seek their fortune. But it's said they didn't find a great amount of gold on the Joker's lease. What's just amazing is that they dug out around 550 tonnes of rock from this particular tunnel with just pick and shovel. No explosives back then, of course. Only processed, apparently, 3 kilos. So a lot of work for very little return. And there was wild rumours about scams and misleading stories to get investors to put their money in, which apparently was very common practice during the gold rush days. The tunnel goes for 200 metres and is an easy walk. It's well worth the effort. Oh, make sure you bring along a torch. Next day, up bright and early, and we're moving on into station country.
So Joe, tell me the story how you came to be on Melangata Station. How did that happen?
Yeah, I'd always wanted to start up my own B&B and homestead stays and campground.
It's something that doesn't happen a lot for people, but this is a dream realised for you.
It is, yes. Yeah, it most certainly is, and I must admit that when we first got here, I did feel a little bit like the dog that had finally caught the car.
Yeah, what do I do now?
Exactly, what am I supposed to do now? But it's been an evolution as well, and over time we've managed to create something out of almost nothing. We do have the campground, and they're all self-sufficient, really easy to look after. And then we do also have the shearers' quarters and the cottage and bell tents as well, plus the homestead. So the homestead's a little bit different in the fact that all you need to do is bring your clothes and your special drop or two to have with dinner at night. And basically I look after you. And of course this year we are being blessed with the most amazing wildflower season.
Stunning.
I know, it is just incredible.
It's a beautiful building, Joe. How old is it?
It's over 100 years old now. So 1917 was when it got started being built. And it is the only privately owned residence that was designed by a gentleman called Monsignor John Hawes. He was bought out by the Catholic Church in 1915. And it's the only privately owned residence that he designed that has been built in Australia.
Did you fall in love with it as soon as you saw it?
Yes, I did, which of course is the wrong thing anyone should do when it comes to buying real estate. And yeah, I do have to say that no, my love for it hasn't changed over the years.
Yeah. Well, this would be a big part of the Melangata spell, wouldn't it, Joe? Sitting around a campfire.
Yes, the Melangata magic spell, it certainly is. And it's one of the things that we get complimented on often is the fact that people just really, really do enjoy coming and sitting around the campfire.
And they go home with a little bit of Melangata in their bellies as well, because you're prolific at camp oven cooking.
Yes, I am.
The stories
I
about
am.
your cooking, I've heard.
Yeah, I started off being able to cook from a very young age, so I've always had that in my life. People come here to me and I teach them how to cook in a camp oven. If they can go away with a little bit of Melangata in their heart, well then my job's done.
Yalgoo, the first stop in our Murchison GeoRegion road trip. And if you're lucky to get here around September time, you can get amongst the Shire's Space Trail events where you can take full advantage of the stunning clear blue skies out this way. Stick around as we're heading towards the Shire with no town.